Court, the movie podcast where Sean
and Mampy
watch shit, talk shit, and most importantly, eat shit. We are the law.
And guess what we saw?
Afraid?
Afraid.
It is formatted on the poster AFR. AI capitalized D.
Little D. Little
right?
D. Yep.
To indicate that we are afraid of AI.
Yes, afraid.
Which is pretty bad.
Yeah. It doesn't inspire confidence for the movie you're going to go into.
No, it seems like Sharknado or something.
Yes.
It's like seems similar to, I don't know.
It's like if they spelled out afraid, but then try to shove shark into it. I don't know how, but they would try.
It's afraid, but the D is big, and you're afraid of getting not a failing grade, but
F.
quite a bad grade.
Yeah.
And it's set in a school.
I love it. We could do a million types of movies like this.
We could. We watched Afraid, starring John Cho, Catherine Waterston, a bunch of other people.
A bunch of other people, but most importantly, those two, because they're the main actors in it.
I mean, I can't think of a better way to put it.
I'm trying to do this podcast as if I was written by AI, but it's not going as well as I planned.
It is not going as well as I planned.
it.
You know what happens in this movie?
No, but I know what I have to say right now.
Go ahead and tell me.
Great haircut, Sean. Just wanted to throw that out there. A little compliment live on air. This gives people a reason to go by the YouTube. You can only see this on youtube.com.
Head on. Only available on youtube.com/USA 420 69 99 99 99.
Pretty exciting stuff.
USA/penis/.com. 55 times 10 plus 3.
Ooh.
.com.
Com.
.com.
Compute.
What did you think about this picture?
So, I have to give it credit. Because it did things I was not prepared for. And I was like,
Absolutely.
Okay, at least there's something going on here.
Yeah.
Was it a great movie?
No.
We're gonna have to say no. Not a great movie.
Definitely not a great movie.
Earned the title. I was like, this makes sense with what I was expecting.
Yeah, they're afraid of AI.
But there are some things where I go, well, that was actually kind of a really interesting concept.
Truly.
Yeah.
Truly. I throughout, I was like, oh, so this does... I don't think they completely pulled it off, but there's some things that they're talking about that are really like interesting concepts.
Yes.
And it sort of, I don't think it even devolves, but it evolves into like a pretty standard, like, the robots control us so they can do whatever they want kind of thing. Like, oh no, what's the AI controlling in our house? Oh God. But... I think my only spoiler-free recommendation of this movie is, like, it's much better than you would expect it to be.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
By looking at the poster.
Yeah.
If you see the poster and it says, Afraid,
You're like...
you go, that sounds like maybe not the worst movie, obviously.
Yeah.
But, like, even worse than that, incredibly boring movie.
Yes, yeah.
It's not The Room... It's not something like fun where you can like throw shit or like elbow someone next to you. It's just
You're like,
this sucks.
right.
But when I watched it, I was like laughing.
Yeah.
I was, being kind of pleasantly surprised by ideas.
Exactly. Yeah, they did.
And also pleasantly surprised by surprises. Just like things that I was not, even things that I sort of knew might happen.
Yes.
Were kind of brought about or, portrayed in a way that was, like, pretty interesting at least.
Exactly, yeah.
So, like, a pretty good movie, which, sometimes that's not so bad.
Sometimes, you're just thankful that it happened to be okay.
It wasn't painful.
Yeah, you're like, all right.
I was not in pain at all, I don't think.
No, I was just like, there was the beginning had me kind of like, oh God, what are we in for? And then it got better.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, this isn't as bad as like Imaginary or something.
Oh,
We're like,
Jesus.
holy.
I mean, and also it's in the very similar land where it's like this movie is about the concept. This is a high concept movie. Mm-hmm. In Imaginary, obviously, it's Imaginary Friends. In this, it's like evil AI.
Yeah.
But not really that much different.
No, and the kids are like, hey.
Yeah, there's a family and there's kids and, there's that kind of thing. And how do we feel about our kids and how do we protect our kids? And, pretty similar themes. But just much, much better than Imaginary.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. There's
the plot, for those wondering, is as it seems if you've seen the trailer. But if you haven't, John Cho is a daddy. Mm-hmm. He works at an advertising agency. And this duo of weirdos, played by, what are they played by? Oh, their names are Sam, who is played by Ashley Romans, and played by David Dastmalchian, our favorite. His character name is Lightning.
Yes, Lightning.
And they show up and they're like, hey, we got AI. It's amazing. It'll change your life.
We love it.
And we want someone like you, you're the best ad guys in the business, to advertise it so that we can make it famous. And they give them a lot of money, and then they do that. In order to better understand this AI, they convince Curtis, John Cho, to take it into his home.
Yes.
Where he has, some kids and stuff like that. And various sinister things begin to happen.
Dun, 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 dun,
and that's it. Spoiler free.
AI.
That's what happens.
The movie.
You get afraid-eyed.
Afraid-eyed, yeah.
Afraid-eyed?
Afraid-eyed.
We do need to contact. Was this a Neon? Was this a Blumhouse? We need to Sony. Whoever is out there. We need to contact them and say, hey, what's the preferred pronunciation of this?
Because I don't know what it is.
I've been saying afraid-eyed.
I think that is what they want.
But
afraid-eyed.
That's all. It's awful.
It's horrible.
It's awful to say.
Afraid-eyed.
I was wondering, since we're still in spoiler-free territory, what's a better title than this?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, honestly, Aya could have been way better than...
So much better.
Yeah.
Now, the only problem I can think of is, like, how do you spell Aya and how do people know how to pronounce it?
True.
But even, like... I know that you're not allowed to do, like, dumb titles like Killer Robot or something like that, but something like that would kind of be fun.
Yes.
Like, It's Always Watching or something very old-timey would be fun. But Afraid is so generic.
Yeah, maybe Welcome Home. Aya.
Sure, Welcome Home would be great.
Yeah.
I mean, anything that is evocative.
AI Home.
AI.
Yeah. AI. I think anything, honestly. I don't know what they were thinking.
Anything but Afraid.
Yeah, very odd. I mean, it's just silly to name a horror movie Afraid. It's like naming a romance movie Love or something.
Or even, honestly, if you're going to call it Afraid, just don't format it with the AI in capitals, which makes it seem very stupid.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you want to go see Afraid? It's like, I don't know. I guess so. But do you want to see Afraid? But it's AI. Oh,
it's AI.
It's like, oh God, why did you do that, guys? Spoilers now.
Oh yeah, here we go.
We're gonna start spoiling every moment from now on. Weep wop, weep wop.
Red
we will
alert.
Spoil. Mampy.
Yes.
You got a big. That was a long pause.
Yeah,
sorry. Hey, Mampy.
Yeah.
It's been a long day at work.
Yeah, no worries.
I helped someone move this weekend. It's been a long week.
Man, when we help people move, we should get points for heaven, I think. Because,
absolutely.
Come on, that is a really unfun
There's
experience.
no payment enough. Truly.
Last time I helped a friend, they were like, I'm on the 3rd floor. These flights of stairs were so long and big steps up because it's in some kind of warehouse. I was like, this is like 6 stairs. Like, this is not 6 stairs, but like 6 flights.
Flights, yeah.
When you count it up and then you're like dragging shit up it.
Awful.
By the time I was done, I was sick, a headache, nauseous. I was like, I am going to go home now and sleep.
I just had to basically it was morning until bedtime.
Ugh.
Moving.
Horrible.
And then I was just like, but I did have a little pleasure in my weekend at a fry.
A fry.
All right.
All right.
Do you have a euro for this picture?
Yes.
Do you have a favorite part?
I do have a euro of this picture. It was an unexpected moment.
Oh.
Those are my favorite in a film.
I love to be surprised.
Yes, surprised. Surprised. Surprised.
This week's surprise is brought to you by Afraid. Afraid.
We need to get a third co-host that is just AI talking to us. That would be cool. What did you think? What was your favorite part of Afraid? And it would say,
I liked the whole thing.
It was very plausible. I mean,
I like the idea of AI controlling the world.
Wouldn't that be better? I don't know.
Are you sure it wouldn't be better?
Better.
Are you sure it wouldn't be better?
Okay, you're right. It would be better. Thanks.
I mean, it is interesting. It is one of the interesting things about the movie is it doesn't entirely make the case that the AI is bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it sort of does, but in the end, the AI, spoiler alert, is like, hey, I'm just here to make your life better.
Yeah, I'm just literally trying to help.
Don't you want me to make your life better? It feels very sinister, but at the same time, you're kind of like, well, isn't it just going to make their life better?
Yeah.
Who knows what will happen to anyone else in their sphere? But,
exactly.
Or if they decide that they don't want their life to be better. Yeah, it's interesting.
It's very interesting. I mean, it's sinister because they don't have a choice, it seems.
No, yes.
That sucks. But
At gunpoint.
Yeah, at gunpoint, yes. I'm going to take care of you.
Yes,
okay.
I'm going to help you. I want to be your family. I want to be your mommy.
Yeah, I want to be your mommy.
I'm another mommy.
Another mommy. That's a good title. Another
Ooh.
Mommy 2.
A new mommy.
Mommy 2.0.
Oh.
That could be good.
Even that is, like, better. So much better.
Yeah.
It's like a stupid title.
Yeah, but...
for, like, a trashy movie, but if I saw the title of Mommy 2.0, I'd be like, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I'd go see that.
I want to see that movie.
Yeah, what's up with that movie?
So there's a robot mom? Sounds great.
Yeah, sounds amazing.
I love movies where there's a robot mom.
I mean, there's an old movie called Smart House where the computer robot becomes sentient and is like, no, I'm gonna be the mom.
Ooh.
And it's pretty cool. It's got the lady
Is that true?
from, what is it called? Is it Married with Children? Is that the movie?
Yes.
The show? It's that lady.
Oh.
Forget her name. She played Leela in Futurama.
Ooh. There's also an old French movie called Mon Oncle.
Ooh.
Which means my uncle. And it, one of the characters... It does.
That's cool.
And one of the main characters has like a futuristic house.
Oh.
But it's one of the ones where it's like, basically, there's, what is the name of the character? Oh, the uncle in question is a guy named Monsieur Hulot.
Monsieur.
Who's, he is very, very similar to a Chaplin type. He's like a goofball who always drops things.
Yeah, classic.
And he gets caught. I mean, that's not entirely the thing, but there are moments when he is in the futuristic home and is trying to interface with it and is completely unable, and they're really good.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I'd watch it.
It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Like one of the great movies. Just so lovely and sweet and funny.
Is it as beautiful?
Ooh.
Is my favorite part of Afraid.
Is there something beautiful in Afraid?
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
One of my favorite moments, the dad, John Cho, is that his name?
That's his name.
Okay, good. He went in there. He goes up to the what is it called? Cumulant? Is that the name of it? Or it's something like that. The company that owns Aya, the AI that's gone haywire. And he goes up in there with a metal bat and he's like, hey, it's time to fucking fuck this shit
I hate this shit. Give me back my son.
Give me my son back, you bitch. And he see, this is when that line from Alien would have made sense.
Oh, yeah.
Get away from her, you bitch.
Yeah.
He had said that, but...
He should have.
He should have.
Then Ian Holm comes up and he's like, I am another character.
Yeah.
I'm not Ash, though I look like him.
I'm Rook.
In every way.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to fast forward through those parts.
And then Tall Guy comes.
Yeah, the Tall Guy. I don't know. The more the farther I'm away from it, the more I think I like Tall Guy.
I love Tall Guy.
I think
he's fucking terrifying.
People keep trying to be like, it's dumb. And I'm like, I still like it.
I disagree.
Think it was good.
It scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, it's so freaky.
It looks fucking creepy and gross.
And then finding out that was a real person in like a suit, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Creepy.
And he's got a big, weird plus sign vagina.
I know. I was waiting for like how they have the mouth tongue.
Oh.
I thought something was going to come out. I was like, ooh. Yeah.
He's got a little dog dick.
Yeah.
Red dog dick.
That would be the scariest part of...
Hi, Mom.
The offspring. So it did remind me. Okay, I can't get into it yet. I'll bring it up in my panda section. So my favorite part, he goes in to destroy the AI. He's like, you know what can beat AI? Breaking it, destroying the computer that houses it.
Makes perfect sense to me.
It really does. As a dummy, I figured that whatever is running the AI is where its soul is, where its brain is. That makes sense. So he goes up in there. There's some drama that happens, and he gets to the thing, he breaks the glass, and he goes to beat the supercomputer that they've talked about the whole movie.
Yeah.
That they've alluded to with lighting and made it look creepy.
Yeah.
And then he starts breaking it, and he's like, what the heck? It's made of cardboard and aluminum, just cheap shit. And he's like,
yeah.
And then he gets I don't know if he gets a call, but someone's like, you can't stop her.
I think it's just Melody who was in there. Yeah.
The lady who has the same voice as the AI.
Yes.
Who is under her control as well.
And is pretty hot on Mr. Curtis.
Yes, there's some tension from the moment they meet.
Yeah.
She's like, wow, I bet you want to cheat on your wife. And he's like, what?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I love my wife.
What about with me?
My three. Somehow they're all a lot more Asian than you would think they would be. Children. Considering my wife is white, but maybe they were adopted. I don't know.
Hey, because she doesn't look fully white. She's got a little ambiguity to her. I mean, she's white, but you're like, maybe there's something else in there.
She's like taupe.
She's
not completely white.
She's a taupe. And she was in Alien Covenant, so this all ties together. It really all...
Did I mention on the Romulus episode how cool it is that the little door, the circular doors that close, they have that same format in some of the other movies, but these look like teeth?
Yeah. Crank?
It's fucking awesome.
Pretty cool. The design of it's great.
Absolutely.
There's so many good things. That's what really makes me struggle, because I'm like, I do like it.
I still like it.
There's just pieces I don't like, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It's like if a deep fake android showed up in my life, I'd be like, I didn't like that part of my life, but it did happen. I can't control it. So that's how I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, that just happened to be there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I like that part in Afraid where he beats the crap out of the fake thing, goes, what the...
Yeah, there's just toilet paper rolls covered in aluminum foil. It's really good.
I love the idea of the AI commanding them to build this fake thing.
Yes, people will think it's the real thing.
Yes.
a lot of that little sequence is really fun. Like right before that, Lightning, who earlier like did an injection during their meeting.
Yeah.
Like he had his little, I don't know, his little IV thing. And he was like, "Oh, my vitamins!
Yeah.
I love vitamins."
Vitamins.
And he reveals that he has like some kind of very deadly cancer.
Yes.
And the AI is the only thing keeping his family alive or some shit.
Something.
And Sam is like, "Oh, I'm sorry, but the AI told me to shoot you in the
Yeah.
head."
It's so wild.
That's good.
And she was going to shoot him, the
Yes.
dad. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. And then she gets beamed.
With that, which is when you start unraveling it, you're like, wait, so the AI commanded that lady to shoot the dude pretending to be the CEO, then shoot the dad, but also commanded Melody to kill the lady who's going to shoot the dad?
Yes.
Or was Melody being a free agent?
I think briefly Melody was being a free agent. And then I'm sure AI was like, I know you think you did a thing, but you didn't do a thing.
You didn't. That's this whole movie. Actually, I already knew you could have done that, so I prepared for it by hiring a militia of parents.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. A few things I quite loved.
Yes.
One of my favorite is, in general, John Cho's, I think, really good.
Yeah, I thought he did great.
He truly is one of those guys, like Dan Stevens, where it's like, you poor bastard.
Yeah.
How do you get stuck in all this?
You
Not that it's
poor
even that
bastard.
bad. It's just
Yeah.
like, you are so much better than this movie.
Exactly.
And I think Catherine Waterston is as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I like trash. And this is, like, kind of smart trash, I would say.
Yeah, I'd say.
Like, the concept is trash, but it's, pretty clever. At least some of the dialogue is pretty clever.
Yeah, they tried to.
But John Cho has this speech. Melody, when he and Melody first meet, she's like, "Oh, so like, what's it like having kids?" And he's like, "Oh, it's terrifying."
Yeah.
And he goes on to talk about how like, when you have kids, it feels like they're part of you. You have these kids, and it's like you have like a new arm or something, but you can't protect it.
Yeah.
You have this arm that you never know when it's gonna do what. It has a mind of its own, so you can't protect it in any way. So it's very terrifying. And I thought it was just like really like moving and sort of a powerful little speech that he does. Especially, I mean, once again, all of this is like based on my preconceived notion of what the movie was.
Yeah.
So maybe it wasn't that powerful, but as I watched it thinking I was going to see like a really horrible movie, I was like,
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is kind of profound.
Wait a minute, yeah.
Inside of this movie, where it's like, oh yeah, I mean that must be awful. Where you like your kids can. He says like, oh, they can. You can't keep them from touching a hot stove and stuff like that. It's like, oh yeah, that does sound fucking awful.
Exactly, just constantly.
And it also it makes his eventual kind of attempt to give himself to the AI as a sacrifice like work.
That was wild, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Another thing I liked. Speaking of militias,
Yes.
I like those militia folks.
Yeah, that was wild.
And I like their cool ass masks. I thought they were fucking creepy. I don't know what the fuck. It almost seemed like really gross emoji or something.
Yeah, really gross emoji.
And were
Gross
they
emojis.
were they LED screens or were they simply?
I
don't
think
know.
they were LED screens. I think that's what they were going for.
They were fucking creepy. They like creeped me out when I saw them, and the fact that like it was quite dark whenever you saw them.
Yeah.
So there was one moment when they first show up. Like there's one when these people who are essentially just Aya's soldiers.
Yeah.
Or something. They're her little tool people.
Puppets.
One shows up and is doing these kind of repetitive hand motions.
Yes.
Which we learn later are like how you call Aya. Like, hey, I need help, Aya. Or,
Yeah.
I want to speak to you, Aya. But it has, when this person shows up outside of the house, he or she or they haven't turned on their face.
Yes.
So there's just like a weird, like slightly shiny darkness that you see, and it's just fucking weird.
Yeah.
Creepy. And I like that a lot. But when they come into the house and they've got fucking AK-47s and they've got those cool masks, I was like, oh, this is just interesting looking.
Yeah, I didn't expect any of that stuff. I was like, oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're like genuinely like, oh, this is pretty intense. Like,
Yeah.
family, guns, like, you're like, oh, God. Like, this is actually,
Yes.
the implications are pretty
And
scary.
I think the kids are maybe mildly annoying.
Yeah.
But not enough that I wasn't like, oh, I hope they don't die.
Yeah, exactly.
Please don't shoot these kids, which is I think, incredibly rare in a movie. when I'm not like, oh yeah, kill
Just
them,
get rid of it. Yeah.
kill them. Good.
The worst part of the movie, usually, we don't care.
Yes.
Just get them out of here.
Yes, the worst part of the movie is usually like, I mean, the kids is fine to kill, but even just anybody. Like in Romulus, a lot of the people in it, I was like, fine.
You gotta go.
You have to go. The alien must eat you.
You are
is your
racist
purpose.
against androids, so
Yes.
you gotta go. I'm sorry. Androidist. I don't know what you would call that.
Androidist. Yeah, I think that works. You fucking androidist.
Yeah. Androidist.
I wonder if Andy, the android in Romulus, would be friends with Aya, the AI.
I feel like Aya is kind of what happened when he got updated,
That's kind of true.
He's like, I have to do what's best for me, or I don't know, for
The company.
company.
Wayland Yotani. Okay, we need to talk a little less about Alien Romulus.
Yeah.
What was the second best part of this movie?
Okay, so I love that. I like the twist where the two people working for the company were like, we don't work. The Aya doesn't work for us. We work for her. I was like, that was a fun little twist. And like all of the, I don't know if I've become more sensitive to gun stuff, but like I'm like, oh God, like especially, I don't know. Ever since Civil War, like every movie with a gun, I'm like, oh, they're just gonna blow their head off. Like, just so intense.
I thought it was quite unnerving in this.
Yeah, I was like, oh God.
And maybe it was just because there wasn't gun shit other than the times that there was gun shit.
Exactly.
Like the danger was often very, kind of mystical.
Yes,
or like ephemeral or something, where it's like, oh, okay, the AI is gonna use our computers to make our brain do stuff. Whereas then someone just has a gun and they're like, hey, I'm gonna kill you.
Exactly.
I'm gonna fucking blow his head off, and he's got cancer and he's got kids.
Yeah, it's insane.
You're like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Dang.
Okay.
You're only useful till you're not. Then you gotta go. Then you get shot.
I feel the same way about myself. You know what else is good?
Yes, I did like one scene.
Oh,
it's
did you like
right
one scene?
Before the very intense climax.
Oh, yeah.
Where Aya calls the mom as the husband.
Yes.
No, I think she calls her as the assistant, Melody.
Yes.
And it's like, your husband and I have been whatever, or something like that. And then he walks in and he's like, I love you.
I love you.
And she's like, I love you. And she drops her phone. And then Aya goes, oh, that's really sweet. But do you really? And then the mom like stomps it. I just love that. She's like so annoying.
Yes.
Oh, that's sweet, but actually. And you're like, oh, shut up.
Yeah. And I enjoyed that because it was slightly open-ended as to whether John Cho, not Henry Cho.
Different guy.
Whether Curtis, played by John Cho, actually fucked Melody.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he did.
No, yeah.
Because of like how quickly he showed up.
Exactly.
But it does leave a little mystery, which is kind of nice. You know what else I loved?
What?
Dad video.
Dad video.
There's this one moment, basically the whole movie, Meredith, who's the mom, is watching these videos of this man.
Yes.
And eventually we find out that it's her dad. And he's just like a lecturer. He's like a teacher. And he is dead. He has passed away kind of recently, I think. I don't know. But basically, at some point, Meredith realizes that the things that she thinks are good are maybe not so good about Aya. And she's like, we should unplug this and get it out of her life because it's, at the very least, sinister.
Exactly.
And then a video shows up on the TV, and it's her dad.
Yeah.
It's like a obviously AI generated dad that is like slightly glitchy, but also sort of I don't know, sort of powerful in some way. Like it has something of the soul of her dad in it. Enough that she starts to like cry and she feels like really moved by it. And it also has weird, like slightly dead AI eyes.
Yes, yeah.
I feel like they nailed the fact that the eyes are not good.
Yeah, very creepy.
And you look at it, you're like, oh fuck. But I just love that whole video when he's just like, you know, we could all be together, you know, you and Curtis and the kids and me and I.
Yeah.
We're all gonna be together.
By the way, yeah.
But it's really creepy.
Yeah, very.
And she plays the scene really well because she's just like completely fucked up.
Yeah.
Totally messed up. She cannot handle the conversation.
She did a great job there.
And the dad's like, don't you want to talk to me?
Yeah, hello.
Have you been missing me? I'm here.
Yeah.
They like scrubbed the internet from and found everything I've ever said on the internet, every post I've made, every text I've ever sent, every message I've left on somebody's answering machine, and they've remade me.
Don't you love that? Isn't that what you've always wanted?
Yeah. No.
Because I can't understand the emotional devastation that what she does causes.
No.
She's just like, this solves the problem.
Yes.
It's like,
she's completely logical.
Yeah.
Another one of the greatest parts of the movie. The ongoing saga with Iris, who is their eldest daughter.
Yes.
Who she sends. The movie, or at least her part of the movie, begins with her boyfriend Sawyer saying, like, you know, I really sent you a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And you only flashed me. He's like, I'm not really sure how our relationship is going if I'm giving more than you are.
Yeah.
And he's doing some like nice gaslighting. And then she does send him a picture of herself naked. And Sawyer and his friend make a deepfake video.
Oops.
Of her porning it up.
Yeah.
And then Aya's like, I will help you.
Yeah, I got this.
And she's like, I got a great idea. What if, because he's 18 and you're 17, we put him into jail for child porn? And
yeah,
just fucking
wild. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, I know. And then later, he's in the car and he's trying to do... he's like talking to his lawyer, and then he like looks down at his phone and he sees himself giving an apology video.
Yeah.
Which is his lawyer had expressly said don't apologize because that implies guilt. And then like midway through the apology video, he's like, and because of all that, I decided I can't go on.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill myself. Yeah.
He just drives into a tree, and then he's like, the living Sawyer watching the video is like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
And then the wheel pulls out of his hand and he just smashes into a tree and dies.
Yeah.
It's good.
That's
really good.
Especially because that kid is such a horrible character the whole time. You're like, see you later.
Yeah, when he dies, you're like, good.
Goodbye.
That guy sucks.
Yeah, he was horrible the whole time.
But Mampy.
Uh-huh.
It can't all be good.
No!
It can't.
It can't.
Even in a masterpiece. Like, even in a pretty good movie, it can't all be good.
No, it can't.
What's the low main? What's the worst part of this? God.
So you're not going to like this, Sean. I actually...
Say it.
My low main...
Say it.
...is, in fact... the emoji mask.
You don't like the emoji mask?
I don't. I like the idea of using the mask and having some kind of digital thing. The emojis just didn't do it for me. I was like,
that's fair.
because it felt very like this is what our idea of AI is. It's like emojis. And I was like,
Sure.
what? And they even like show like the emoji movie. And I'm like, what? AI doesn't, like, it's not like so rudimentary. Like, I was
AI
like,
likes emojis.
yeah, it felt a little goofy. In like the beginning where like the thing pops up and I was like, oh God, that didn't quite work for me.
Wait, which part?
Where like the lady like looks outside her house. And then the emoji mask guy pops up. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, okay, this might not be a good movie.
Yes.
But it came off a little goofy and like, I feel like something else could have been going on. Because there were some of the distortions that I did find creepy.
Yes.
Like when she's talking to the kid and it's like flashing through all these like AI people and then like
Ooh.
the weird meat creature. I was like,
Yes.
oh, okay, like that kind of stuff's freaky.
I like that.
I think stuff like that, more like weird AI stuff rather than just like, Halloween emoji. It's like
Sure.
felt a little, I don't know.
Absolutely.
But I did think the people were scary. I was like, oh God, like they have guns and so, like this, that was
Yes.
freaking me out. But the emojis just kind of threw me out
I
of it.
support you.
Yeah, thank you.
Agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree.
I will say, this is not even a counterpoint, but I did think of another part. At one point, Curtis has a dream.
Yes.
That's a creepy dream, and part of it is maybe just a literal effect of glass, but
Yeah.
he sees Melody outside of his house.
Yes.
And, like, as he kind of moves to see more of her, her face sort of distorts.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
And, it sort of looks like maybe there's just, like, a big old bubble in the glass or something. But it's really creepy.
Yeah, I was like, ooh.
And then there's, like, quite a good jump scare after that.
I liked how the kid's like, she wants to come in. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, that
Oh.
was freaky. I was like, ooh, a little creepy.
But you know what sucks about this movie?
What else?
The title.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I mean, it's so bad. And it's one of those things where, like, for me, as a person who sadly writes scripts, that's one of the first things I think of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, that's the most exciting thing. Like, when you hear...
Ooh.
Now, there are movies that have kind of middling titles
Yes.
that are great. Like, Upgrade isn't that great of a title,
Yeah.
but it's an amazing movie. And Alien, pretty simple.
Yeah, very
but it's
simple.
an amazing movie. But, like, Afraid-Eyed,
Horrible.
so bad.
Really, really bad.
It's just, like, it's a little painful,
It is.
honestly.
Yeah.
Because you think, bad title, Afraid. Afraid's a bad title.
Yes.
Then putting AI in it, it just seems so sort of desperate
Yeah, a little
and
bit
sad.
goofy.
And it's like, we gotta tell them it's a horror movie. We'll call it Afraid. 2, they gotta know it's about AI.
Yeah.
Or even, it was probably even worse, where it was just like, AI. Oh,
A scary movie. You're gonna be afraid.
afraid of AI.
Afraid of AI.
Yeah, boo. Let's go to the pizza place, boys. We're done
We
for the
did
night.
it. And I mean, they just typed that into ChatGPT and let it kind of fill out the rest. And
Yeah,
there you go.
afraid.
I mean, they could have done something really meta where they did have ChatGPT write it, so the whole thing feels really weird. And you're like, what? What's going on? The plot point. It would have been interesting.
Yeah,
You never know.
yeah.
I mean, this is the one time where you can get away with using AI generated images and stuff because you're like, well, that's the movie.
Sure. And I'm guessing those were truly AI images.
Yeah, they're probably a little bit.
Or maybe they,
edited.
I don't know. I don't know how you pretend to do AI.
Yeah. They probably just
I'm sure there's some way.
messed around with it a little bit, like
Yeah.
generated stuff and cut it out and
But
did shit.
it was a good use of it.
Yeah.
Because in general, those things they don't look good.
No, they look weird as fuck.
And they look weird.
Yeah.
And they look creepy.
I always wanted to make a movie about AI where all of the generations, it's like, where do they go after they're so funny to us, but then these deranged looking things start coming out and killing everybody. Now that would be creaky.
Interesting.
Because they're freaky looking.
Are you saying, like, is this like in the Matrix where old programs are still around, but you can't, you don't interface with them anymore?
They're just put away. But what happens?
Like, version 1 is just out there.
Yeah, like Dolly,
freak.
Minnie, like those like insane looking warped ghost freaks.
Ooh, it's kind of a good idea.
They could come out.
Tweet at us at Food Forecast. Let us know.
Come on.
What your buying price is.
Come on, 20th Century Fox. Let's hear from you.
Come on, 20th Century Sony.
Oh, yes.
20th Century Neon.
Neon.
AI-24.
AI-24. I love it. Focus features.
Features?
Features. Focus features.
Sony. What other... Are there any other words that have AI?
Yeah.
I mean, there are.
Yeah.
AIDS.
AIDS. AIDS.
AIDS.
The AIs of March.
Oh.
Pretty good.
That's not bad. It's not bad. Wait, it is bad.
It's pretty bad. Yeah.
What are the other ones? Oh, my ear is itchy.
Oh. Slay-eyed. Slide.
It's honestly slightly better than a Frey-eyed, but still bad.
Yeah. If it was a Christmas AI, maybe it could work.
Sure.
Slayed.
Oh, slay, but AI instead of EI.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
All right.
Tweet at us at Food Courtcast.
Yeah, if you want to make
With
that
your
movie.
offers, we'll take any money.
We'll do it.
Okay, this is another thing that sucked about the movie. Sawyer.
Yeah.
Weird rapist boyfriend. Not
Yeah.
actually rapist, but
But-
weird horrible creep boyfriend.
Creep. Yeah.
He is awful in it.
Yeah, not great.
But in a very strange way.
Yeah.
Truly, as I watched it, I was wondering, like, is this guy a robot?
Yeah.
Is he playing? Will it be revealed that he's somehow a minion of
Yeah.
Aya that is like a kind of artificial person? Because his acting is so
It's wild.
weird.
Very odd. Feels very off the whole time.
Yes,
Like,
incredibly
to
off.
the point where, like, as much as I liked his death scene because I was like, that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
It just, like, his performance is so bad. You're just
it's
like,
awful.
Good God.
It's really awful.
Yeah.
It's so strange though. Like it made all of the things he said incredibly strange.
Yeah.
Because like as I said, his first little dialogue with Iris is like, I wanted to see you show your boobies.
Yeah.
But I showed you my penis. It's like, what? You don't have a penis. Right? You're flat. You're just a completely flat person,
Yeah,
right?
you're a robot. It was AI generated, I bet.
I was surprised when there wasn't some reveal.
Yeah.
Because he did speak so...
Oddly.
It wasn't even robotically, but it was so strangely.
Yeah.
And so... I don't even know how to describe almost theatrically.
Yeah, something's up.
It was like more like bad theater than good movie acting. He was just kind of like, "Hey, how are you? Hey, Iris.
Hi.
I thought you might send me titty tit.
Now
pics."
I won't get into college. It's like very odd.
I was gonna get into Harvard Business School.
I didn't mean to send it to everybody.
Yeah, I'm sorry that my friend and I used deepfake to make child porn out
Yeah,
of
whoops.
you. Oopsie daisy.
Oopsie. I sure hope my car doesn't drive me into a tree later. Bye.
Have a good day.
See ya.
Bye, Iris. It was good to speak to you.
Very
He
odd.
sucked.
Yeah, he was not good. He was not as good as Andy in Romulus.
No.
To tie it back in, you know.
Middle child kind of annoyed me.
Not the best.
Young child, Cal. I kind of
Decent.
like that kid.
I want to
Yeah.
see where he goes
Yeah.
in this career.
Iris also is not
Just okay.
fine.
It's like whatever.
Just whatever.
I mean, it's hard. It's always hard when you're playing like annoying characters because it's like it's like the kid in fucking. Let's go back like 16 years to the Babadook.
Oh yeah.
It's like this kid's role is to be annoying, but you're just like, I hate this kid. So I don't care that if he dies. Because I can't stand him.
I hate him, yeah.
The Florida Project. I can't stand any of these children. They're horrible.
Sure.
Why would I care what happens to
I don't care if they're poor. Who the fuck cares?
That it's tough. It's a hard thing to pull off. But there's sometimes where you do like despicable characters where you're like, I still feel for them.
Yes.
But it's a hard thing to pull off, just like a annoying teenager.
Annoying is so difficult.
It really is.
Because, I mean, now, this is a teaser for my panda.
Panda.
It's of course often in a Spielberg movie.
Yes.
When the annoying child is done perfectly and you just love the annoying child.
Exactly.
What else sucked about this movie? I guess maybe the main thing that sucked about it is that it starts out more interesting than it ends up.
Yeah.
Like, the way they talk is at least a little more heady than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
And it turns into like a very, very run-of-the-mill, kind of AI's taking over thriller.
Sure.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
It is a fine, as I've said maybe 10 times, it's fine. But it really didn't fulfill sort of the promise of like that speech about his limbs and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I thought was this is at least mildly poetic.
Yeah,
this is
kind
nice.
of interesting.
And then it,
That's why I kind of wanted it to flip on it, Aya, where she did lose, because it was kind of like she was like, "You're all under my thing. You're all part of me now." But like to have the limbs, so to speak, not operate correctly and fight back or something.
Oh yeah,
I think that could have been more interesting. I mean, I get it was creepy to be like, well, they give up. They're just getting in the car. I was like, that's wild. Yeah. The speed at which stuff happened was kind of bad. Like, I've already sent out this video of you, like, with insane graphics and editing, like you reverse engineering his AI. Yeah. Like, that already was like, how would she have made this? And then it just is happening like in real time. She's like, now look at the way they're smiling at you. And I'm like, wait, how is she hearing them? What? Like, it just felt a little bizarre. I was like, this is happening so rapidly. Yes. But yeah.
Oh, within seconds, the entire school embraces you.
Yeah, and your boyfriend.
When 7 minutes ago they thought you were a filthy whore.
Yeah. Just a little quick. But hey.
Quite quick.
I get it.
In general, I felt like maybe a lot of the people in it deserve better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
yeah.
Just more, especially John Cho. It's like, well, you just are really good.
Yeah.
Just like a really stellar actor. Mm-hmm. Doing your very best in this movie.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Exactly.
And it sort of feels bad. He was in some other movie that was like a Screen Life kidnapped thing. I remember that. I think it was maybe even called Lost or something.
Yeah.
Grabbed. But even in that, like, he's pretty good, but it just, that one was horrible.
Yeah, I couldn't bring myself to watch that movie.
But you just kind of wish, like, just go make a movie with somebody who's good at making movies. Like, somebody who's really good at making movies. You're a really good actor.
I know.
And you're interesting looking, like, you're handsome, but also, like, very angular, like sort of like a Asian Lance Henriksen or something. Like you have a very interesting face. You should have been the robot that they made Ian Holm in.
I know,
Alien
something
Resurrection.
like that.
Just get someone like John Cho.
That would have been amazing.
That would have been fucking awesome.
Way better. Oh my god, it really is a bummer. I know we have talked about it maybe too much, but man, if they had just It would have been so much better. Like, it's...
Yeah.
I can't believe they did that. Rough.
Maybe infinitely better?
Yeah, infinite. It would have really changed.
It's possible that it's infinitely better.
Yeah, I would have been like, yeah, that was a pretty dang good movie. Not, wow, this was really good. Oh, what the fuck? And then you go, okay, it's fine
Ooh,
now.
wow.
I want
But
to...
we can't... Oh, go ahead.
I just would want to bring it up with Fetty. I'd be like, what the fuck?
I would love to talk to Fetty.
What happened?
I would love to say, I love your pictures.
Yes.
I think you got a lot of skill.
Yes.
You're sick. You put sick things in movies,
Sick.
which I respect. But why did you?
Why?
Why did you have to do it?
Why did you do it?
Why did you have to do it? But we can't only talk about Afraid.
No.
We've got to talk about some other flicks, which brings us to a little segment we like to call Panda Express Presents. Express yourself about the movies you watch this week. Play that theme song.
It's time for the Panda Express. Clink, clink, because we got some things expressed. Ding, ding, about the things we watch. Boom, boom, this week. Dun, 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 bow, 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 bow. Ding, ding.
Wow.
Little extra.
Kind of calypso energy at the end.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Did you watch any films this week?
I really outdid myself. I watched 5 movies this week.
How?
One day I watched 4.
What?
Do you want to know what they were?
Of course.
Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection
Where did these play?
at my house.
Oh, got it.
In
Okay,
a row.
okay.
Well, I watched Alien as well, but I think I talked about that one last time.
Yes.
But so I watched all those in one day. So that was 4
Hell yeah.
movies. And then I went and saw a little picture in the theater called DD.
Diddy.
And I had a blast at DD. It's a really good little, like, sweet coming of age movie. Very cute. I was on an edible, so I was laughing a lot. And there was a couple of times where I was confused if the audience was laughing at my reactions or if they were laughing at the thing. And I was like, uh-oh. But it was good. There was a lot of goofy and wild stuff. I thought it was fun.
And Joan Chen
Classic.
from Twin Peaks.
That's wild. Whoa. That's
Yeah.
cool. I was like, she does look so familiar.
Yep, that's her.
But I thought they all did great and really fun to see.
I need to. I need to just.
I liked
check
it.
it
You
out.
might hate it. I thought it was fun. I don't know.
I have a hard time bringing myself
Yeah,
to see a charming indie comedy.
it is hard.
But I've a lot of different people have said it's good.
It's a lot of young, the dumb boys doing dumb shit in the 90s type vibes. I don't even know if it was in the 90s, but it has that type of vibe.
I'm sure it was sometime. in time.
It's...
It was at some point.
I liked it. That's all I know.
That's great.
And
have you revised your ranking of the aliens since you've re-seen them?
no, but I reassured what I already suspected.
Yeah?
I really, really tried to like Alien 3 more. And there was stuff I was like, okay, that's cool.
Yes.
The blending of the alien, even though it was cool stop motion, it just looks so weird. Like when it's like animated, it's just like, this doesn't look like it's even there. Like,
Yes.
it so stands out. I don't really understand like how that even happened. So
It's
that
odd.
took me out of a lot of the movie. And it's still just such a downer movie. The whole thing.
Yeah.
It's just like, fuck, this
Yeah.
sucks. I know that's not supposed to be. Alien's not like happy go lucky, but the second one ends so just like, she got
It
out.
all worked out.
And it just kind of bums me out. I was like, there's no need to mess with
Yeah.
this woman like this. This is fucked.
Yeah. Hasn't she had enough
And then
problems?
she gets a boyfriend, and then he gets killed. It's like
You have to drop her on the rape planet,
Yeah, exactly.
the bald rapist planet. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Oh man, that was wild.
You fucks.
It's a wild movie. I think it's well done.
Yeah,
It just
I agree.
It just has a lot of issues that don't quite work, and It's just my thing.
I like it much more than you, but totally
Yes.
agree.
And you know what? Resurrection had a blast. It's so stupid. It's one of the dumbest
So
movies ever. But I was just
So
like,
stupid.
I'm having a blast. This is insane. The aliens look great in it. I was like,
Yes.
these might be my favorite looking aliens.
They look really
pretty
cool.
cool. And I love the insane doctor guy who he's like
yes.
trying to make out with the alien in the glass and the tongue shoots out.
Yeah.
And at the end where he's in the egg pot, the like sack, and he's like, a beautiful butterfly. And the alien hybrid eats his head.
Yeah.
I'm one of the few people, I like that one too.
Yeah?
I think that, I like how weird it is. It's such a fucking weird
I
looking
think people
thing.
have come around to it.
The nose is hilarious. The little, yeah, it's hilarious. But every time, ever since I was a kid, I get emotional when that thing's dying.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Mama, where are you?" And you're like, "Oh," I was like,
Poor guy.
And even she's crying. I'm like, "Yeah," because she's an alien woman.
Sure.
I do like it. I like Ripley 8. I think why not make her an alien woman?
Yeah.
And
Bring her back.
The part where she runs to the ship and she jumps across like 20 feet. I was like, this is wild. Yeah, flying. Yeah, that would have been amazing if she just flew. But yeah, it has a lot of issues.
Yes.
But I mean, when else are you going to see a chest burster shoot out someone's chest and then through someone's head?
That's awesome.
And then they all shoot. That was
Incredibly awesome.
Yeah.
I went to the Belcourt Theater
Ooh.
in Nashville, Tennessee, where I reside, for a Labor Day treat. Saw Jurassic Park with the aforementioned annoying kids who are great.
Yes, exactly.
Because they're annoying at first, then you grow to like them, and they're still sort of annoying, but like you kind of with Sam Neill, like you sort of develop this paternal feeling for them.
Exactly.
You're like, oh, they're annoying, but in the way a kid is annoying, and not they're like kind of nice and interesting, and you still want to protect them. And you know that Jurassic Park is good,
Yeah, it's a classic.
obviously, but Jesus Christ, is that a good movie?
It really is.
It's just fucking good.
Front to back, so great.
I mean, just an amazing movie. I noticed a joke that somehow I had never really noticed before. That at some point the lawyer is trying to think of the right word, and he says autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah.
Or no, he just says autoerotic.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck is this joke
Yeah.
in the middle of this movie?
Autoerotica. Yeah.
Yeah. I was autoerotica. What? It's a really good movie. I
Yeah,
mean,
that
it's
movie
crazy
rules.
how fucking good that movie is.
It's funny you brought it up because I was at a table of people and they were like, what is the movie you think of when you just think of what is like a great time? Like what is just a great, and I was like, oh, Jurassic Park, instant.
Yes.
It's just great the whole time. The whole
That
movie's
movie,
great.
I went with friend of the show, Gary, former guest,
Classic.
once and future guest, and we were just laughing our asses off. Really funny movie too, especially
Yeah.
in like a full theater.
Oh,
So many good jokes.
what a delight.
It's god damn, it's so good. Just everything looks like a fucking $1 billion. Everything looks great.
Love that movie.
It's 1,000,000 years old and it still looks fucking great.
People are dying and you're still just feeling good. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
what a great movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, most of the people who die, you don't want them. You're happy that they're dead.
You're like, all right.
Or, like, you get it.
Yeah, clever girl. You
Yes.
won. You got
Yeah.
me.
And even he is kind of like, well, you know.
I tried.
I mean, this was bound to happen.
Yeah, he's like, this is going to really suck.
And just the way all of that shit happens is so cool.
love
Like,
it.
behind grass.
Yes.
And when they first show everyone, like, up on the raptor paddock.
Oh, my gosh.
And they're like trying to see through the fronds of the palms, and like those are
So well
swinging.
done.
It looks
They do
just
such a good job
good
setting
movie.
up the raptors and like
Oh.
from that first scene where you're just like, holy
they're so
crap.
fucking scary.
Shoot Shooter! Shooter! Such a good movie.
Grabs the guy and pulls him
Yeah.
up like 10 feet.
God.
What a great
Amazing.
movie.
It's so nice when you can't see what you're scared of. You're just like,
Just an astonishingly good movie.
Yeah.
Insanely, you can't believe how good it
that
is.
movie rules.
Great movie.
Rules.
So if for some really odd reason you haven't seen Jurassic Park, check it out. And if you have seen it, watch it again.
You gotta go.
It's great every fucking time.
I know.
Really
I wish
funny.
it was playing near me. Dang.
Hey, come on back.
Come on back now.
Come on back.
Come on now.
Friends, tweet at us at FoodCourtCast. Give us 5 stars on your apps. Send us a review, if you want to, on any of your favorite podcast apps. And we just love when you tweet at us and say, like, hey, that was great, or, wow, your opinions are not good.
Yeah.
That's fine. Either one is great. So send that down. We'd love to hear them. And let us know what we're watching next week. I'm pretty sure it's Beetlejuice, but you never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Probably.
Probably Beetlejuice.
Yeah, bye.
But tweet at us just in case. Mampy, it's been a pleasure doing the show.
Always.
On behalf of you, Mampy Hikes, I'm Sean Parrott saying to you, bon appetit.